This looks like a job for Superman.
Hey guys, Russ the Collector here with another action figure review, and this is actually the last of the Superman type figures from my Christmas haul. What you see here is the Supergirl from the Mattel line. Now, just to give you a basis of what this figure would look like from DC, I do have the DC Direct here. I would love to do another Mattel versus DC comparison, but I'm not going to take her out of package. I have this entire run, both the Superman and Return of Superman in package. So there she is from DC, but let's go ahead and take a look at the Mattel version. And stuff just fell over. Alright. I'm not a huge fan of this figure in general. I never liked this costume. I prefer Supergirl in a more standard fully blue costume, maybe with the red skirt. But yeah, I've never really been a huge fan. Her face sculpt also, she's kind of homely. To be honest, she's not real good looking. The hair, again, I mentioned this in one of my other videos, that DC really needs to learn the difference between, or not DC, but Mattel really needs to learn the difference between blonde and dirty blonde. Dirty blonde doesn't mean it looks like they have dirt in their hair, which she of course does, and that's they're trying to get some contrast and a little bit of darker color in there, but there's better ways to do that. Now her hair is, unlike a lot of figures, it is pliable, so it does allow her head to move. Now, if she's on a ball joint, it's not a good one. You can move her head slightly. I mean, not even really. I mean, it goes back side to side, but it doesn't really go up and down. I'm also not a really big fan of this cape. It's just basically a big hunk of rubber. I mean, you can see here where it's supposed to be folding in and on itself, and I get what they were looking to do here. I really do. But I mean, you can't pull it apart. It's actually attached to itself, and then there's this loop here. It wasn't a good choice on Mattel's part. And coupled that with that really homely face, and it's kind of an ugly fig, to be honest. The DC Direct version, of course, is much better, but yeah, they really dropped the ball on this girl. The only thing I can say that I really like on this version more than the DC is the laced boots, and the way that the boots actually look like boots. And by that I mean they're not one monotone color like the DC Direct, they're just bright red on her. These, they actually have definition. You can see where it's laced, you can see the laces, you can see the little metal hoops. They did actually a really good job on the boots. Let's go ahead and do articulation. I've already showed you head. She does have a ball jointed shoulder. She has bicep swivel. She has elbow and hand. She has a midriff swivel. I mean, you can't really call it a waist swivel. It's more lower chest swivel. She does have rotation here at the thigh. She has knee. Her legs do have the standard Mattel joint. She's also got a top of the boot swivel and ankle rockers. Now, she has the worst ankle rockers of any figure that I own. I've got some pretty bad ones, but she just immediately goes over. And the unfortunate thing about this figure is Mattel at this point was not putting peg holes in the bottom of the boots, so I can't even put her on a stand. So overall, she was one of the figures I was kind of disappointed with because of just the really crappy head sculpt, the fact that her head is limited movability, she has no peg holes, and she falls over constantly. But this is it for this review. Of course, if you're not a subscriber, subscribe to the channel. I do try to put out reviews as often as possible. Go ahead and like the video, leave me a comment, and thanks for watching.